Hi, all the signs of the Zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this new moon partial solar eclipse in Scorpio, October 25th, 2022. Psychic crystal reading for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Please be sure to watch the entire video because this eclipse, this new moon partial solar eclipse in Scorpio, is not just going to affect your sun sign. So whatever element is connected to your rising sign and your moon sign, I recommend you watch those as well. So that may be most of the video or all of it. So remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign are going to resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months and sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there. So you might want to watch, as I said, the entire video. So before we get started on your psychic crystal part of the reading, I'm going to give you a little astrology information first. On October 25th, 2022, we have a new moon partial solar eclipse in Scorpio, which will initiate new beginnings. You may find there are new beginnings and strong focus and attention on areas of power, control, and money. Experiencing intensity in our feelings is likely, especially pertaining to anxiety and fear, as well as the exposure of people's deception and dishonesty in our own personal lives and also out in the world. And where we feel powerless and defenseless is revealed to others. This eclipse is in a tight conjunction to Venus, which highlights and strengthens our integrity and morality. Many will experience a strong desire to have accord and unity in relationships. We may feel inspired to see and understand other people's perspectives and principles instead of expecting them to adopt our views and positions. Healing our finances, such as debts, taxes, and spending more efficiently and successfully is indicated from the energies of this new moon partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. These eclipse effects will be the strongest the weeks around the time of the eclipse, but can last for 6 months. So now on to the psychic crystal part of this video. And I'm starting with the earth signs. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Many of the earth signs are going to want to change things and shake things up in your life and in your day-to-day habits and routines. Some of you earth signs may start to seek guidance. You may want to see a therapist, a counselor. It could be other types of guidance like lawyers, accountants, psychics, astrologers, medical professionals. But many of you, it'll be guidance in connection to do with your feelings and emotions. In some ways, some of you earth signs are going to feel like some things are really starting to fall into place, one thing after another. And even if, I feel that for some of you, earth signs, this started once you exited September. So this eclipse, these effects could be affecting you already a few weeks to a month before the eclipse starts. And I see some of the earth signs like, okay, this was rough, this was tough, and now things are falling into place and happening one thing after another and lining up for you. Some of you earth signs may feel like you want to take the world by the storm or take some kind of situation by the storm, and you want to blast and send out like information or notification of like what you're up to or what your projects are or what your plans are or what your business is going to do. But so you may feel extra inspired to get your work out there and market it and promote it. Some of you earth signs are going to receive some incoming funds. Where does this come from? I don't know specifically because it's a general reading, but some of you could be getting like maybe it's a stimulus check or a tax refund or some kind of insurance payout or a gift of cash, or it could be a raise, or it could be something that was owed to you before that, you know, you didn't get at the time and now you're getting it. Some of you earth signs are going to be inspired to reinvent your life's purpose. So like what track you were on before, what career you were on before, or what, you know, your goals were and all that, that could be completely altering now. You could be shifting your career, or maybe you were working and now you're going to become a parent, or you're going to start a new career, something. There's some like energy shift and change, like you are on one path, one track, one trajectory, and now it's shifting to something new. I feel like you want this to happen. I don't feel for most of you it's being forced upon you. Some of you earth signs are going to pick out a new mate. That's how my guide said it. So if you were in a love relationship that wasn't working out, maybe you're exiting it and you're going to try to find somebody new that's more to your liking. Or maybe you've been single for a while and you're like, okay, I'm tired of being single. I want a new partner. Be very, very careful, earth signs. You aren't overemphasizing or exaggerating things and possibly creating drama with your words. So you could like really jangle some people and upset people quite easily. And for some reason, like I feel like a filter, this eclipse is kind of like removing a filter that maybe where you would hold your tongue, you're not going to be inclined to do so. Some of you, the caution is like, if you feel tense or upset about something or pressured about something, you may need to put it on hold and come back to it later. Could be a job, could be a project you're doing, could be a part-time job, could be a business you're starting. I don't know exactly what it is because, as I say, it's a general reading, but it's like you're putting something on hold because of like too much stress or too much pressure, but you are going to go back to it eventually. If you've got to be careful if you are in a position that where at your job you hire other people, or if you own your own business, you hire other people. You got to be really careful who you hire. Now, this eclipse effects can last for 6 months. It could even affect you longer. So be really careful who you hire, because I feel like somebody's going to look too good to be true, or be like, oh, this is the perfect person for the job, and then they get in there and they turn out to be a problem. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The water signs, I feel, are going to want to invent something or create something, because you're going to have your creative energy is going to be very high around the time of this new moon, partial solar eclipse, and for the next 6 months. Some of you water signs are going to feel like you want attention. You may feel like you want attention from somebody specifically, or maybe you feel like friends or relatives aren't paying attention to you enough, but you're going to be like kind of craving attention from this new moon. Some of you water signs are going to be really seeking out spending time with your friends, like craving friendship, craving like the kind of family feeling you can get from close friends. It's like you're going to crave that, seek it out. So you may be doing a lot of social things, or at least desiring that over the next 6 months. Be careful at your job, because there could be some hot-headedness on your part or your boss's part. And so like, if you don't want to lose your job, be really careful to do, like, come in on time and do the work you're supposed to do. And if your boss is in a bad mood, I would not talk back to them. I wouldn't. I would try to avoid that. Like, keep the peace is important. Some of you water signs are going to find money. You could find it on the ground. You could find it in some account that you forgot about. But finding money, and also finding things, like that could be finding bargains, but it could be finding things like, you know, at yard sales, at on the curb if people are putting stuff out. Like, I see you like finding money or things of value. You have to be careful of propaganda. Propaganda is going to be high. And I feel that some of you, this is a little weird. I don't know how to explain this exactly, but I feel like if you see something that's propaganda, it's like you're going to want to rewrite it and correct it and put it out there and point out that something that's getting put out there is false or incorrect. That comes up strongly. That could be part of your job, or it might be your own personal inspiration to do so. Some of you have a new relationship that's going to form, and it could be a work partnership, a new friend, but it could be a love relationship. So some of you over the next 6 months, because remember, this is not just a new moon, it's a new moon partial solar eclipse. So the normal time frame that a new moon will affect you, this is going out like 6 months. And in some cases, when I did the eclipse readings for my Vimeo on-demand channel, they were going out way past that, way past, even up to a year in some cases for the predictions. Be careful that your caution is, be careful that you don't screw around with something and break it. Like, if you think you can repair that toaster oven or that computer or your phone or some mechanical thing, technology, mechanical things, anything that cars, whatever you think, oh, I can fix it. It's like, I feel like you're going to take it apart and mess around with it, and then it's in pieces and you can't get it back together. Or if you do get it back together, it doesn't work. So be careful of that. You know, for some of you water signs, you're going to rise up the ladder. You like, if there's a gradual ladder, I don't know that it's going to be huge promotion or a huge step up, but there is this like gradually rising up the ladder here. So some of you could get some kind of like slight elevation in a promotion at work. Or if you own your own business, your business could be slightly elevating for some reason over the next 6 months. You know, you could be treading on thin ice with some people. People could be like really watching everything you're doing or really listening to what you have to say. And it's almost like they're waiting for you to mess up so they can be mad at you or point it out, or, you know, so that's another caution there for the water signs. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Some of you fire signs are going to feel really inspired to dash in and rush in and make big changes or change things really impulsively. That's one of the major things that you may be affected by this eclipse. Some of you fire signs are going to be really determined to get to the bottom of something and break something down. So like if you have to break somebody down, like to say, tell me the truth, or I want to know exactly what you're doing, you're going to be determined to do that. Or if there's some mystery, something that you feel like you need the answers, you need the solution, you need to get to the heart of the matter, you want the truth, you are going to be really inspired to pursue that strongly. Some of you are going to be inspired, some of you fire signs, to put something on the market and sell it during the next 6 months, or even maybe even up to a year. This could be, you know, a home, a property of some sort, or personal property like cameras, computers, jewelry, antiques, furniture, whatever. Some of you fire signs, I hear licenses and permits coming forward. So if you needed a license for a business, or you needed to get a new driver's license, or you needed some kind of licensing for your job, certain jobs require licenses. It could be about that. It could be permits for like zoning, or permits to redo your house. But licensing and permits come in from the energies of this eclipse for some of you fire signs. Some of you are going to have like a new brand, or you're starting something new. So it could be a new job, a new business. But if you have a business where you have like a brand, a trademark, or whatever, you may be starting a new one in addition to it. Or if you don't have one yet, you may be starting one in the next 6 months. Some of you fire signs are going to get fortification from vitamins, minerals. I feel like you could be starting on new like health regimes, or a new medical treatment program, but especially through vitamins and minerals. I feel it's more in a natural pathway, but it could be through traditional medicine way. Some of you fire signs are going to be repurposing things and making things new again. You could be rewriting something you wrote before. Something you've already written, you could rewrite it, and then maybe you publish it, or you submit it to something. It could also be reworking something like a will. It could even be repurposing like old furniture, or a car, like, you know, buying an old car and you're going to get in there and you're going to, you know, update it, revamp it, you know, or a motorcycle. Maybe you're going to get old parts to rebuild an Indian motorcycle, or a Harley, or something like that. But it's like revamping, repurposing things. And you're going to be happy with it, what you do with that. You have to be careful, fire signs. You may be inspired to take risks and chances, especially in regard to where you feel or see there's advancement. So, you know, that could be at your job. That could be for your business. I don't know. It could be in some other capacity, but you have to be careful of that. You know, like when they say, oh, your eyes are bigger than your stomach at a buffet, right? Or at, you know, at a great meal, and you pile all this food on your plate because you think you can handle it, and then you really can't handle all of what you took. It's like, in some ways, I feel fire signs' eyes are going to be bigger than their stomach in regard to taking chances, taking risks. Like, you could be overestimating the chance or the risk that it's going to pay off, and it may fall short for you. So that's one of the fire signs' cautions. You also may be getting tired of being around certain people. And you may feel like you want to toss them out, not have them in your life anymore, or disconnect from them. But that could be prove to be a hasty decision. You might want to wait it out 3-6 months before you do that decision. But you could feel really strongly about that the days and weeks right around the eclipse. And be very careful, too, that you don't get entrenched in something you can't get out of. That could be a work project. It could be a relationship. You could get entrenched in something and then you're like, oh, I don't like this. This isn't good for me, or I don't feel good about this. And then it may be hard to get out of it. So you have to think on that one. Fire signs, you have to think on that. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This eclipse could make the air signs feel very chatty, and also could bring up like jittery nerves. Some of you air signs may feel like you want to take a dive into something new because you're bored with something that's been going on. And it may have been a life situation or a job or a relationship or just something going on in your life, about your life, that you're bored with. So it could really inspire you to want to take some jump or leap into something new. You have to be careful, air signs. You could get caught up into some kind of relationship drama. This could be with a friend or a group of friends. It could be with family. It could even be at work. It'll be different for all of you where that happens. You know, some of you air signs are going to find yourself getting irritated with people over the next 6 months. And you are going to, like if you normally held your tongue, you're going to let people know. This eclipse is going to drive that up in you. It's going to be almost like you don't care. You're so irritated by them, you're just going to say what you think or how you feel and let the chips fall where they may. Some of you air signs are going to feel like invigorated and inspired to take better care of yourself. This could be to do with like your health, you know, medically, or things to do with your health. It could be diet, exercise, but taking care of yourself better. Some of you are going to really clear out some stuff out of like closets and garages, and I see you like hauling things off to like donations or to the dump or wherever. I see you like really like you want to have like a more simpler life. Some of you air signs may be really inspired to travel. And I feel that some of you are going to take a trip. It could be like a significant trip, like a costly trip, not necessarily like a day trip here or there. This could be like you're getting on a plane or you're getting on a boat and you're really taking a major trip. Some of you air signs could get introduced to someone that could end up being like a good networking opportunity for you or open some kind of doors for you, or for some of you, it could be a new love relationship. Keep in mind that eclipse energies last for 6 months, but when I did my eclipse readings for Vimeo that I just recorded, these predictions were going out for some of the signs. Some of the predictions went out a year. One of your cautions, air signs, is you can't change people. You may feel very frustrated by certain individuals, and you may really feel like you want to change them, or you wish they would change, but you can't change them. So this eclipse is going to be like working on the areas of your tolerance and acceptance of others. Man, you air signs need to be careful. You don't make a giant faux pas at something. I see you putting your foot in your mouth. You're at some like gathering, could be a family gathering, could even be at work, could be on a job interview. I don't know where you are, but I see you saying something with such like vigor and conviction, and it turns out like you just put your foot in your mouth. So be really careful of the words you use over the next 6 months. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And if you like this video, please click like, and also please subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content like this, and it also helps my channel to grow. So I would appreciate that. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand channel using a variety of divination tools focusing on very specific topics, the most recent links are always posted down below in the description box in the Show More section. And these video links are also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com on my videos page. I'm just going to name a few of the most recent video series links, but there'll be way more than what I'm mentioning down below. And the first video series I just recorded is my eclipse effects from the solar eclipse in Scorpio, October 25th, 2022, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card reading for each sign of the zodiac. I highly recommend in this video series, if you can afford to get your sun sign and your rising sign, I feel you will get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come to you from the energies of this eclipse I'm talking about right here in this video. Also, my Mars retrograde psychic tarot scopes for 2022, 2023. Those were a really impactful series. I hope you guys will check it out. I did 4 tarot cards, 1 animal totem card, and 1 gemstone crystal to help you through this Mars retrograde period, which starts at the end of this month and goes until mid-January, but we don't get out of the shadow period of that Mars retrograde until the middle of March. And we're in the shadow of this Mars retrograde right now, and it is going to impact all of us. So if you'd like to see what I got for your sun sign or your rising sign, you can get those videos, that link's down below or on my website. And also my psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac for October 2022. So you'll get, it's really, this video of the crystal readings is an expansion or a continuation of the psychic tarot readings I do at the beginning of the month. So if you want to see what my guides had to say for you in the crystal for the month of October and perhaps beyond, because timing is going to be different for all of you, that link is also down below in the description box and the links on my website. And also my horseshoe tarot spread, psychic tarot readings, they go from 2022 through 2023. And those are, I say this every time, but I got to say it again. They're one of the most purchased video series I record. I don't get people writing me and say, when is this video series coming out? I get that about other video series I do. But it seems like when I post these, many people really like these. And I think it's because there are so many cards. There's 7 cards. They're quite long, and it's covering a lot of area. So you might want to check that out. So if you want to see any of the other video series, I'm not going to go through all of them here. You can just scroll down below, or you can go to my website videos page and you can read them there. What divination tools I used and how long the predictions go out for. If you would like to donate to this channel and help support the work I do here on YouTube, there's a donation link down below underneath all the video links. It is connected to PayPal. Thank you so much to those of you who have been very kind and generous and donated to my channel. As I say, it does really mean a lot, and it does help me a lot. So truly, thank you so much for that. And if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that you're not going to see in a video here on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. And you can also follow these posts on my community page of my YouTube channel. I put them in writing. These are in writing, and they're usually 5 paragraphs long. Many people find parts of these readings or all of the reading resonate with them, and you may find there's messages for you as well. So I'd love to see you on my social media pages and on the YouTube community page. If anybody contacts you and says they're me and asks you if you want a reading, whether it be on the YouTube comments or through Facebook or Instagram, these are fraudulent accounts. I don't know what's going on in the world, people, really. It's happening to everybody. Channels I wouldn't even think it's happening to. Like, I watch a channel that this woman does some amazing refinishing furniture. I haven't done that in years, but I find it fascinating to watch what she does. I also watch some people that talk about stores, like certain products in stores and on the internet where you can buy certain things. They've got people impersonating these people as well. So these are all scams. Don't fall for it. They're just trying to get your money, and you're not going to get anything for it. And I don't know that you can get your money back from it once you give it to them. I think it's lost. So please watch out for fraudulent accounts pretending to be me. Make sure you look at how it's spelled, because it's, especially on Instagram, it's The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel. What they do is they put a dot after the underscore, or they misspell one of the words, either mermaid or my name. So just don't fall for it. I don't follow my followers, and I don't contact anybody to solicit readings. I only work from my wait list and my cancellations list. That information is on my website at theluckymermaid.com scheduling page, how to get on the cancellations list. So I really hope all the signs of the zodiac out there have absolutely amazing energy that comes to you from this new moon partial solar eclipse in Scorpio, October 25th, 2022. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.